English Listening Practice. Episode 3, The Science of Self-Discipline. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Listening Practice from English Learning Hub. I'm Emily, and today we are diving deep into the world of self-discipline with insights from Peter Hollins's book, The Science of Self-Discipline. If you ever struggle to start tasks, keep habits, or stay focused, this episode is for you. I will talk in simple and clear English, just like a friendly chat. So it's perfect for all of you who are learning the language. I will share detailed explanations and real-life stories to help you understand how self-discipline really works. Let's get started. I remember when I first tried to learn to play the piano. I bought the sheet music, set up my keyboard, and even watched tutorial videos. But then I sat down in front of the keys, felt nervous, and worried that I would make mistakes. I thought, maybe I'll start tomorrow. That moment taught me an important lesson. Self-discipline isn't about waiting to feel ready. It's about showing up and doing a little bit, even when you don't feel like it. So I decided to practice one single scale every day, no matter what. I set a timer for 3 minutes and played slowly, listening to each note. Some days I wanted to stop after 10 seconds, but I stuck with the full 3 minutes. Over time, those small 3-minute practices added up to a real habit, and I began to play simple songs. Self-discipline starts with setting a clear intention. You might have a big goal, like writing a novel, losing weight, or starting a small business. But if you only think about the end result, you may feel overwhelmed. Instead, you can break the goal into tiny, simple actions. For example, if you want to write a novel, you can decide to write one sentence every morning. That sentence doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to exist. By focusing on a small action, you reduce the mental resistance that stops you from beginning. Once you have one sentence, you often find the next one comes more easily. Another powerful idea from the book is that willpower is limited. Think of your willpower like a battery that drains as you make decisions and resist temptations. If you use too much of it early in the day, by checking social media, deciding what to wear, or skipping breakfast, your battery may run low before you reach your important tasks. To protect your willpower, you can automate simple choices. Lay out your clothes for the next day the night before. Prepare a healthy breakfast in advance. Turn off unnecessary notifications on your phone. Each small automation saves a bit of willpower, so you have more energy when you need it most. Let me tell you about my elder brother. After a long day at work, he often felt too tired to start studying programming. He noticed that deciding what to cook for dinner each night drained his willpower and left him with little energy for learning. So on Sundays, he began planning and cooking his meals for the week, freezing portions for the busy evenings ahead. When he got home, he simply reheated a healthy meal he had already prepared. That small change saved his mental energy, and he used those extra reserves to code for just 20 minutes each night. Before long, he was building small apps on his computer and gaining confidence in his skills. Designing your environment is another key to strong self-discipline. Our brains respond to what we see around us, often without us noticing. If your workspace is cluttered, you might feel distracted or anxious. But if your desk is neat and you only have the materials you need, you can focus more easily. This idea applies to digital environments too. If you want to write without interruption, you can use apps that block distracting websites for a set time, or you can turn off your internet connection while you write. By choosing the right environment, you reduce the battle against temptation and make your desired behavior the simplest choice. Consider my cousin's story. My cousin was trying to read more books, but she always ended up watching videos on her phone before bed. She moved her phone charger from her bedside table to across the room and put a book next to her pillow instead. When she woke up or could not sleep, she reached for the book first. Within days, she was finishing 10 pages every night. Her bedroom setup guided her to read, and reading became part of her routine without a struggle. Another technique from Hollins's book is habit stacking. This means linking a new habit to an existing one. Our brains recognize familiar routines, so when you attach a new behavior to a well-established habit, you use that mental trigger to start the new action. For example, if you brush your teeth every morning, you can decide that right after you brush, you will do 5 minutes of stretching. Brushing your teeth already happens automatically, so stretching right after becomes more natural. Over time, your brain connects the two actions, and you hardly notice you are doing the new habit. I remember how one of my coworkers used this method. She wanted to practice meditation, but sitting on a cushion felt strange. She already made coffee every morning, so she put her meditation cushion beside her coffee maker. Now, each time she brewed coffee, she saw the cushion and sat down for a 5-minute meditation while the coffee dripped. Soon, she looked forward to her quiet moments each morning, and meditation joined coffee in her daily routine. We also need to manage our emotions and stress because strong emotions can weaken our self-discipline. Peter Hollins explains that when we feel angry, sad, or anxious, we search for quick relief, like scrolling through social media, eating junk food, or binge-watching shows. Instead, we can prepare healthy coping strategies. You might take 3 deep breaths, go for a brief walk, or play a favorite song. These small actions help you reset your mood without draining your willpower. Take my neighbor, for example. He worked in a busy office and often felt stressed after meetings. He used to grab candy bars and soda to feel better, but then he felt sleepy and unproductive. One day, he decided to bring a stress ball and a short playlist of calming music. Whenever he felt tension rising, he squeezed the stress ball for 1 minute and listened to one song. This practice helped him calm down and stay on track, and he no longer needed the sugar rush to cope with stress. Tracking progress is another important step in building self-discipline. When you record your actions, you create visible evidence of your work. This evidence acts like a reward for your brain, and it encourages you to continue. You can use a simple habit tracker, a paper chart where you mark each day you complete your habit. Or you can use an app that gives you a streak count. Seeing a long streak can motivate you not to break it. The goal is not to create shame when you miss a day, but to celebrate when you keep going. For example, my friend Evelyn started learning Spanish and she wanted to practice vocabulary every day. She drew a calendar on a piece of paper and put a star on each day she practiced, even if it was just for 5 minutes. On days she missed, she left the box blank. She did not feel guilty when she missed a day, but she felt proud when she saw a row of stars at the end of the month. The stars reminded her of her effort and kept her curious to see how long her streak could become. Another key idea is temptation bundling. This means you pair a habit you want with a habit you enjoy. When you do the enjoyable activity, you reward yourself, and that reward becomes linked to the habit you want to build. For example, if you love listening to podcasts, you can only listen to your favorite show while you are jogging. This way, your brain learns that jogging brings something fun, and you feel more motivated to jog regularly. Think about my brother-in-law. He wanted to clean his house more often, but he found it boring. He loved true crime podcasts, but he only felt guilty if he listened during chores. Then he changed the rule. He would only listen to new episodes while vacuuming or doing dishes. Suddenly, chores felt more enjoyable. and he cleaned every week without reminders. The podcast and the task became a powerful combination that made cleaning fun. Implementation intentions are another tool Hollins describes. This is when you create a simple if-then plan. If situation X happens, then I will do action Y. It removes uncertainty and makes you ready to act. For example, you might decide, if I feel sleepy in the afternoon, then I will take a 2-minute walk outside. By specifying the exact situation and action, you avoid pausing to decide in the moment, and you follow through more often. Let me share Emma's plan, one of my coworkers. She noticed that she lost focus around 3 o'clock and turned to sugary snacks. She created a plan. If she felt tired after lunch, then she would walk up and down the office stairs 5 times. She set a reminder at 2:50 p.m. each day. Because she had a plan, she did not even think about candy bars. She simply took the stairs and felt more awake and clear-headed. Another aspect to strengthen self-discipline is learning to delay gratification. We often want quick rewards, but long-term benefits usually require waiting. You can practice delay by setting small delays for enjoyable activities. For example, if you want to check messages on your phone, you can wait 5 minutes first. Or if you want a snack, you can count to 10 before you open the cupboard. Each small delay teaches your brain that waiting is okay, and it gradually increases your ability to resist impulses. Consider Mark's habit with sweets. He used to eat chocolate immediately after dinner. Then he decided to wait 10 minutes before having any dessert. During those 10 minutes, he often found he was not really hungry or that he preferred a piece of fruit instead. Over time, those delays reduced his sugar cravings and improved his eating habits. Peter Hollins also highlights the role of identity in self-discipline. The stronger your sense of identity around a habit, the more natural the habit becomes. If you see yourself as a healthy eater, you will choose vegetables. If you see yourself as a reader, you will pick up books. You can build this identity by using small affirmations and by choosing small actions that confirm it. For instance, you might say, I am someone who cares for my health, and then drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. That action supports your identity, and your identity supports the action. Let me tell you about Hannah, one of my old friends. She wanted to become a runner, but she felt insecure about her skills. She wrote on her mirror each morning, I am a runner, and I respect my body. She also put her running shoes by the door. Each time she read the words and saw her shoes, she felt a little more confident. She ran for just 1 minute at first, and she told herself, I am a runner. As weeks passed, her runs grew longer, and her belief in herself became real. Finally, self-discipline grows with reflection and adaptation. You will face obstacles and unexpected events. You might miss a day or face a busy week. Instead of feeling defeated, you can reflect on what happened. Ask yourself, what worked well? What was challenging? What can I change next time? Use your notes and habit tracker to guide your reflection. This practice keeps you flexible and prevents small slips from becoming long breaks. For example, my little brother reviewed his study routine each Sunday evening. He found that long reading sessions made him feel bored. He adjusted by adding short quizzes after each chapter. This change made his study sessions more engaging. He learned faster and stuck with his routine even when he felt tired. When you combine all these tools, tiny habits, environment design, temptation bundling, implementation intentions, reward systems, and identity shifts, you build a strong system for self-discipline. You move beyond relying on weak willpower. You create a path where the right actions become easy and natural. Over time, you feel more in control of your life, and you make consistent progress toward your dreams. So today I invite you to choose one small self-discipline tool from our discussion. It could be stacking a habit onto an existing one, or making a simple if-then plan, or changing your environment to remove distractions. Try it tomorrow. Notice how it feels. You might be surprised how a tiny change can spark real momentum. Keep practicing, reflect on your progress, and remember that self-discipline is a skill you develop step by step. Thank you so much for listening and for taking steps toward greater self-discipline. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment and let us know which strategy you will try first. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next episode, where we will explore more tips for building better habits and achieving your goals. Until next time, keep practicing and remember that small actions lead to big results. Goodbye, everyone.